Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Ratna Sinha. This is my tutorial video to tell about how to use SPSS for the research. In this video, going to discuss about descriptive analysis in SPSS. So this is my file as we have seen the variable view, and today we are going to discuss about how to analyze the descriptive statistic. So descriptive statistic in research states to a set of statistical method used to summarize data in clear and reasonable form. It involves organizing raw data into a mean, median, and mode range, which describe the data set and make it explainable. Descriptive statistic describe the sample itself contrasting with the inferential statistic, which makes predictions about the population based on the sample data. So we can start with a demographic analysis of the data. For that, we must have a proper data with a demographic profile of the respondent. If we are going for a primary data analysis like gender, age, education, occupation, and income, in the these are the basic because these are the 5 basic profile of the respondent. We add more according to the requirement of the research. Overall, they play a crucial role in data analysis by providing a concise overview of the data collected, especially in the primary research data. So before start analyzing descriptive statistic, just a quick overview about the different section of statistical powerhouse SPSS. So here we are looking about that how to include about that the different format of the SPSS. Look at about that the value we can include here that the one is equal to the male and we have said indicate that two is equal to that the female. The same way we can be say about that the age should be we can be say that the level will be comes under that we can be say 25 to 35. Click on the add, we can go further to we can be say about 35 to 45 age group. Add the third one, the value should be gives about that the 45 to 55. I think the third one, the age, the level will becomes about that the 45 to 55. Now fourth one, it should be goes about that the 55 above. Add, click on the OK. So your values about your that the whatever the question is, your data is there, it is be done. Here we can be see about that the one another important factor is that the measure. So under the measure, we can be say about the nominal. How can you select that these variables are the nominal and ordinal or the scale value? We have selected the gender as the nominal. Why? Because these are the categorical variables with no inherent order. Examples we can looking about the male or females or the married about the ethnicities. So they are the grouping and can be analyzed using the frequency count like a chi-square test, Croc's tabulations like that. For that, we have taken about the age as ordinal. So ordinals, we can be say about these are also that the categorical variables with a meaningful order, but no equal intervals between the categories. So we can be say about like that when we are using about that calculating of the factors, we can say about that the very strongly agree or disagree. So this is normally that the non-parametrics about that. When we come for about that, we can include about the scales also for that the income and but normally we can using about that the here can we see about that the we have included income as 15,000, 25,000, all these are that the comes under that the uh, actual in the terms of the categorical variables. So when we this is the about our different types of the basic 5 demographic profile. Now we can be start about that the how to use about analyze of the descriptive statistic. As we say about that the what is descriptive statistic, we already say about that descriptive statistic in research states to a set of statistical methods, so used to summarize data in a clear and a reasonable form. For that we have in this research we have taken about the 5 basic demographic profile of that the respondent. So before going to this we have to start, we need to be, let's start for the calculation of a descriptive statistic. In SPSS, descriptive statistic are calculated using the analyze. Click on the analyze. We will go for the, there is a frequency, below that the descriptive menu, which offers a several options like a descriptive, frequency, explore, etc. Cross tabs, ratios, all that there. The frequency we can be say about the function is about data categorical data. It counts the number of occurrence of each category within a variable and provides a frequency distribution table. But our job is to calculate the descriptive statistic, which is used to continuous data. For that, it calculates summary statistic that describe the central tendency and the variability of the data. So we can be say about that we will go about the analyze descriptive statistic frequency. Below the frequency descriptive, as I click on that, and we have taken about that these are the 5 variables, the demographic variables. Go for the options. There is a standard deviations, minimum, maximums, mean values we need. In the distributions, we can be say about kurtosis and the skewness. Click on continue, click on OK. So these are our result has came. So how can we analyze about this general observation? We can be see about that. The sample size, we can be see about that the 443. So all variables have a complete size of 443. Now we can be go about that the scales, all variables minimum is that the 1, and for we have taken about the gender 2, and all the variables are the 1 to 4 variables we have to. Now for the gender we are looking about that the mean value is 1.48, which and the standard deviation is the 0.500, which given the scale the mean of the 1.4 indicates that there are slightly more participants coded as a 1 than the 2. If 1 is male, we can say about that. So 2 is the, we have indicated that the female for this example. So we can be say that the 52% are the male and the 48% are the female. Let's go about the skewness and kurtosis. The skewness, we can be say about that that's close to that the 0. It's meaning that the distributions is nearly symmetrical, and the standard error is that the 0.116. Since the skewness value is 0.086, which is less than the twice its standard error, the skewness is, we can be say not statistically significant. But we can be say about the kurtosis, if you'll see that the high negative value indicates the platycortex distributions, which is a flatter than a normal distribution. So standard error is that the 0.231. So we can be say about that these are that the statistically significant for that the further analysis. Now we can be looking about that the another 4 variables are there, which means about your age, education, occupation, and income. We can be say about these are that the 2.49, the mean value to the 2.60. That means they all are very close to the midpoint of the 1 to 4 scale, which is suggest a relatively balanced distribution of the participants across the different category of age, education, occupations, and income. Let's go to that the standard deviations. When we say about the standard deviations is near about that is 0.97, or we can say the income is a 0.98, it's nearly about that we can be say 0.97 point. So these standard deviations are similar across these variables, indicating comparable level of variability or spread in the response for the each. Come to the skewness and kurtosis. Skewness, it is about that the minus 0.62 to minus 0.147. It is we can be say that these values are very close to zero and are very well within the two standard error of zero. So it should be indicate that our all four distributions are very similar, symmetrical. When we go about that the kurtosis, the last one, when we say about that the 0.97, these values indicates flatter than the normal distribution. So skewness and kurtosis value of age, education, occupation, and income are relatively close to zero, or fall within acceptable range for any statistical procedures, suggesting that the distributions are that symmetrically and the not excessively peaked or the flat. So we can be say about that the samples appear to be a well balanced in terms of gender distributions and has an even spread of the participants across the four categories for age, education, occupation, and the income. So approximately this is that the very much significant for the further analysis. So this is about the descriptive statistic. So thank you.